welcome back to edtech by Meera, and today's tutorial is really small. In this, I'll be teaching you how to create a backup folder, and then inside the backup folder create random files with random file names and save your data there. And for doing this tutorial, we'll be using day 51's code. Remember, that was the project for doing a CRUD to-do app whereby you can add items, delete, remove items, edit items, if you remember. Yeah, so this was the code for our day 51 of coding in Python on Replit. And as I told you earlier, I'll be doing following the 100-day code for coding in Python in Replit, which was introduced, these projects were introduced by David from Replit. Okay. So let's get started without wasting much time. This is a quick short one. Import OS time and random. Why random? Because in this case we need to create random files with random names. Random files with random names. Okay. But before that, just doing a bit of variation inside the to-do list that we had done earlier. I'm not explaining the complete to-do list because we've already done that. I will be letting you know the link in the description below for that, for getting the code of that, or you can follow this, up to you. So in this, we add few lines of code and the project is done already, right? So you have to create this Boolean loop whereby file exists is true. Now we are presuming that this particular file for which we are doing this project is already created or not, or is already existing or not. So that's why you're doing this Boolean statement, and the Boolean statement file exists is true. So we presuming that file exists is true. In that case, we can open and create the file, right? So we do inside that the try except error loop. So this we've already done in a couple of projects earlier, the try except. So here what we do, try equals open. Now what is a to-do list in this particular case? The first parameter will be the name of the file that we created in that to-do list project, because we are using the same project code. So here we use the same file name. Yours could be different. I'm just using it because this was my file name in that project. So file equals open to-do list. Remember, within open and close quotes. And the second parameter R to give it the read permission. Yeah. And then remember the auto load. So for auto load, you need evaluate the eval function f.read. This also we had explained earlier. Yeah. So the to-dos is the empty list that we create in the beginning, which has no list of items earlier, but we are going to add later. So this is exactly the same. I'm just, some indent has gone wrong because earlier we didn't have the try except loop. So here we are trying to put this code of the previous project inside this part of the code where this is the auto load. Remember, for auto load you need the eval function and the read permission and the close function. So this part itself alone, we are putting it inside the try except loop. So try, in the try loop, F is open, that is open the file of your choice, give it read permission, then do the auto load by doing the eval function, and then close it. In the except, what happens is file exists will obviously be false. So that means if this is not true, if file exists is not true, means obviously file exists will be false. Then it will show the error message. So either there will be it is true, in which case you can open. If file exists is true, you can open and give it read permission and close. Otherwise it is false because you cannot do all that. Then come back to the rest of the code and let's see where else a bit of adjustment has to be done and few lines of code need to be added. Let me see. So this part is where we did the editing part, the priority part. and then this part is the deletion or the removal part. So we've done all that in detail last time, and then we come to the while true loop, whereby we use all the functions that were created. The edit function, the view function, the remove function, all this we will be using it, executing it inside the while true loop, if you remember. Now we have at the end of it, we have a time dot sleep. Okay, sorry for the background music. Okay, then we come to this section where you have the time dot sleep OS dot system clear, right? Okay, now after this, if file exists, so now we have to do the if loop and then the try except again. So meaning, presuming that the file exists, I mean in English language. So that means in this case, this is the loop, if loop for the situation where the file exists, which do exist, we know because we've created it above, okay? And we are using the project with the file, if you remember. So if file exists, inside that loop, we again do the try except. So try os dot mcdir, that means this is the short form for mcdir, means make the directory and the parameter backups within the codes. So that means we are giving the command to OS for making the backups folder. So this is a command for that, os.mcdir backup. So with this command, it will create a folder named backups, because this project is about creating a backup folder and then inside that create field. Except pass. So pass I already explained last time, it won't do anything, just stop creating error bugs. And then we are creating another variable. We are allocating or assigning or creating a variable called name. Now, why do we create this variable called name? Because we want inside the backup folder, we want to create several random files with random names. Because as you know, like in a computer, like when you're saving and when you're downloading files, it keeps getting saved in backup files, remember, in documents and all that. So here we cannot keep on naming it differently. So we give the code in such a way that backup files will be created with different names, random names. So name f backup, yeah, and then within the curly braces, first parameter is random.randint. Now why we use this? Now this could be 1,000, this could be 1,000,000. So this means between the digits 1 and 1,000. It could be between 1 and 10. It could be between 1 and 100. That's up to you. So between those two digits, yeah, those many random, I use 100. So those many random files would be created. So that's the reason for giving random.randit 100. So it will generate those many random files between the digits. That means maybe 100, maybe 99, maybe 40, 20, don't know. Yeah. So random.randit 100. That's the parameter. Close the parenthesis and the curly braces after dot text. I mean before dot text, sorry. So dot text. So random.randin 100 dot text. So that means dot text, why? Because those are the random files going to be generated, text files. So that's why the name dot text. So those random files with different random names are going to be generated, which I'll show you at the end of the code output. Then os.popn. Now what it means, popn will be, in this particular, you're giving the command for saving the data to the backup files. So that's the reason you're writing the term popn. You can go and Google it. Yeah, so there was a bit of spelling, typo there. Okay. So what is the command? os.popin f cp. So CP stands for short name, that is short name for copy. So what they are giving the command is copy the to-do list data to the, whatever you are adding, the new data, copy the data from the to-do list to the backup files also, to the backups folder, and then the / followed by name in curly braces. What it means? The name stands for the random files with the files with the random names. So the files with the random name will be stored inside the backups folder. Remember that. Name stands for the files with the random names. Different files with random names will be inside the backups folder which you created earlier. So this pop-in, what we'll do, will copy the data from the to-dos list that you created earlier, yeah, with the read function and write function. So it will copy it from there to your name files inside the backups folder. This is the purpose of writing this code, yeah. Then after that, f equals open to-do list, giving it the right function. All I did was to-do list. Earlier in my project I had done to-dos list dot text, so I just removed the dot text. It will create confusion in this code, we don't need it. So because it's already going to create another text file. So I wrote f open to-dos list because it's understood it's a text file, comma, W stands for the write function because it needs the write permission, sorry, not function, write permission to add the data that you're adding every time, right, to the list, okay, to the to-dos. So what else? And then I'm just checking if anything is gone wrong here. Okay, sorry that it's a bit slow. Okay. There was something I missed out in between because you also need to print out something so that you will know as a user that your work is being done. So print, right after the pop-in, you just print os.list the directory. So list div, this will list out the directory as well. That's good for you. I'll show you later when you get the output. So that's easier for you to know that things are happening as per your command. Then open the list, give write permission. Then you write your string of to-dos, f.close. This is already there from the previous project. I just added the directory thing only, code, just 3 lines of code. Let's check it out. Okay, there's some typo here. Okay. I did type the R as a string, but I think because of the typo error on the machine, on the screen, it didn't happen, sorry. And even the parenthesis didn't happen even though I typed out. Sorry, I was doing it a bit too fast. The laptop, my computer, my laptop, my phone hates me for typing things very fast. I type fast and it doesn't come, so I need to type again. Sorry. Getting older. My laptop is getting older, just like me. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay. Aside from the joke, let me check if everything else okay. So that's nothing. Keep checking for the, yeah. R also, the closed quote was missing. Okay. Simple things can give you bugs. Actually, this code is the simplest and the shortest if you have no errors. Okay, eval.read unmatched. Okay, again there was something missing. Let's check it out. Oh, the parenthesis was missing. Okay. Because it's a function, eval is a function. So open and closed parenthesis. Inside that, read permission, f.read. Sorry for the typo. See, let's see if anything else missing. Okay, everything okay until here. So I hope you understood. I just imported random other than OS, and then I did a bit of code above while creating the file. Then did the auto load. Then after that came here, created the code, done the code for creating the random file and the folder, the backups folder with the random files with the random names. Yeah, here again, okay, make the directory that is a folder for the backups, and then print out the different directory names directory list names. And then I also given the command for copying the data from the file to the backups. So I think that's about it. Oh, there's some code problem here. Let me figure it out. Okay, done already. Okay, so here we can see the add, view, edit, remove things instruction. So I do type 1 for adding, item to add, whatever, blah blah blah, due date, blah blah blah, priority high, medium, low, whatever, high, added. Yeah, so it's working, the code is functioning. And then I want to view. If you type view 2, you can view. And then priority by all. So I press 1. Yeah, so see what's happening. I can see the item added. See, I can see even the previous some of the items which I was practicing. Here you go, main. Then you can see the backups folder here. Can you see it here? There you go, backups. Then to-do list. So this is a to-do list, and before that you saw the backups. Yeah. Backups. Now when you press, go and click the backups. When you click on the backups, then only you can see the random files. Backup 80.txt, 79.txt, blah blah blah. So you need to click on the backups folder that you find. Then you will see all the files with the random names. 18, 20, 37, 39, whatever. Yeah, based on the digits that you have given. See, 39, 47. That's quite cool. Then go click over there. That's a text file. Summarize. We've just created the backup folder with the random backup files. But before that, I'll just explain what we did in terms of the code. Inside the to-do list of day 51, we just did the Boolean file exists equal to true. Inside that, the try except loop, where we created the to-do list without the text member extension, just write to-dos list because we want to create that file with the read permission, and then we auto load using the eval function. To-dos is eval f.read and close the file, and then except will be in the try except, obviously except the file exists will be false, the file doesn't exist. If the file exists is true, then only we can open the file, create the file, open the file, read the file, and then we can do the eval function, which is auto load to the file, right? And then as usual, we've already created the to-do list with the CRUD function, that is the add function, the delete function, the edit function, create, add here, the view function which we explained already in the to-do list project. I'll be writing a link to the tutorial here. Then the edit function, this is already there. I'm just using the code for that, for this project. And inside the while true loop, we did use the add function in case choice is 1, 2 in case option is 2. We click 2, view function, 3, edit function, 4, remove function. We've done that already. Now after the os.system clear, the screen clears, we need to do that Boolean if file exists, the if loop with the file exists. So meaning if the file exists, the condition, then we have to do the try exist loop again, whereby try os.makedir, that is make a directory called backups, use the backups as a parameter here with strings, and accept. So if not, the error is passed, do nothing. So then after that, we create a variable name by the name of name, which is giving the command of backup. That means creating backup files randomly. Random.randit is for creating randomly the files between a range of 1 and 100. So it could be 99, 100, whatever number. Between this range, number of files with random names, dot text with the extension of dot text. So those will take care of the file names inside the backup folder. After that, os.pop in. So this is basically to give the command of copy. CP is for copy. Copy the to-do list data from your to-do list file to your backups folder with to the folder, meaning to the name. Within the curly braces, name means whatever the name, the random name of files are created, random files with random names are created, which is existing inside your backups folder. So this is the directory followed. It will copy the data from the to-dos list and then go and save it. It will find the backups folder and then it will get saved into those random files that are created, for which you have already given the command above, make directory backups, and that was for the random folder. For the file random.random100.txt backup files, that is the name. So name here is standing for the backup files that are stored inside the backups folder above. So you've given the command for backups folder for big dir, then using the name variable, you've already given the command for creating random files inside the backups folder. I hope that's clear. And then os.popen is for copying the data, CP, copying the data from the to-dos list to the random names generated with random files generated with random names under the backups folder or inside the backups folder. So that's quite clear. Then you have to print the print os.list directory. So the directories will also be listed there. I'll show you in a short while. Open the to-do list, give the write permission, then write the string, to-dos string, because as we are calling out the to-dos activities, they are going to be stored as strings inside the to-dos, right? And then close the file. Okay, so let's run. There you go. It's happening. Yeah, add view. So I'll just quickly add one again. I've shown you earlier, but just adding, texting one here. Oh, sorry, by mistake I texted. Okay, so it's working. Item to add, sing. Just for fun, I'm just adding sing. Time, date, 21st. I know it's past, but just writing. Okay, hi. Added. Okay, now what else? There you go. You can see above, I'm showing you breakpoints, replit, poetry log, to-dos list, backups, to-dos list, all this, the directory is being shown here. And then if I to view here, view, there you go. I will view by all. I want to view by all priority, not high, medium. All these activities are shown here, whatever I added earlier also. So now what I do is, I come here and then I show you a trick here. There you go, the main PY, right? Now here is the to-dos list that there you go, the last one that I added. Before that, dance, now sing. So that's the to-dos list, right? Ignore the to-dos list text because that we did in the previous project. Okay, then here, this is the main PY. Then come back here, okay. And then see the folder here, backups. See, there you go. So in the backups folder, you can see backups 18, backups 20, backups 37, backups 47, 39, backups 50.txt, backup 61.txt, backup 76, backup 80.txt. You've got all those files here. If you click, you've got to go and click here, you can see the backups 18 until dance. Now, if you do the backups, let's say 80, let's try this. There you go, singing. The last one will show the last one, the latest entry also here. Yeah, so something like that. So they are creating lots of, and then when you click on backups folder, it will hide all those backups, random files. So this is, and then in the to-dos list, all the information is there. But what's happening is from the to-dos list, it's getting stored into the, backups folder. There you go. All these folders. So this is all about it. So I think you followed by now what is being done. See you in the next. And if there's anything more to be asked, you can ask in the comment section. I think it's quite clear now. See you in the next tutorial. Until then, thanks for staying subscribed. If you're not yet subscribed, do remember to smash that subscribe button. So I hope you understood this tutorial was just about teaching you how to create backup folder with random backup files, just that and nothing else. That's why we use the earlier project of 51, the to-dos list, CRUD app, in order to explain how to create a backup folder with the random files stored inside the folder. So I hope you understood. If there's any question or doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks. Stay subscribed. See you in the next.